Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Psycho Gold, this is Psycho Gold Videos. Now, I have recently been made aware of this. You guys have been asking me to check this out, and DeeBeeGeek also said to me that I need to check it out, so I was always going to check this out, I just didn't know that it had dropped, so we are going to be checking out the new trailer for Godzilla King of the Monsters. I'd actually forgotten that there even was another trailer, I'll be entirely honest, until I started thinking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, because 13's in it from Stranger Things, and I'm really excited to see what this trailer has, because apparently it's really hyped. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, it's retro.
Hello?
Oh, there she is. Is there anybody out there? Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I thought you were going to say. Oh.
I'm trying to reach.
Oh, wow. Who are you trying to reach? Oh? Somebody else is doing the same message? Or is it her message played back at her? Is this like set in a post-apocalyptic world? I'm confused. Oh. Okay. Whoa! There's a lot of destruction going on here.
We believe that these
hey, it's that dude.
Are just the tip of the iceberg.
They are just the tip of the iceberg. This is only the beginning.
Which of these titans are here to protect us?
Right, so that's apparently Mothra in her cocoon form, which is what I got confused on last time. Whoa! There he is! The king!
So you'd want to make Godzilla our pet?
Ghidorah.
No. We would be his.
Ha ha ha! Yes, he's back! No, we let them fight. So what's her connection to all of this then? Like, she seems like she's got a storyline very separate to that. And yes, I spotted the gold lightning then, don't you worry. Oh, Godzilla versus Ghidorah, that silhouette. Oh, that's so cool looking.
You gotta be kidding.
I saw a couple of other monsters then. Hey! Oh, okay. I'm liking the look to this. Looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, you ain't gonna be, I wanna... Oh, come on, brain, work. Okay, yeah. So looking like Ghidorah and Godzilla's gonna be the main fight card, as it should be. Okay, my hype for this film just went through the roof. So there you go, guys. That was the trailer for Godzilla King of Monsters, and I gotta say that trailer looks pretty impressive, man. I'm really excited to check that film out. I'm really happy that this trailer showed off Ghidorah. Obviously, the first trailer showed off that silhouette, and I'm fairly confident there was that little spark of gold lightning up in the clouds, which I also saw a much better shot of in this trailer, where they didn't really show Ghidorah off other than his silhouette, but in this one it was like, no dudes, he's definitely here, and he's just as powerful as you want him to be. This will be a true fight for Godzilla. He ain't gonna steamroll his way through that behemoth. Ghidorah is one of my favorite monsters in the monster universe, as he is a lot of people's. I think his design is just really cool. He's freaking huge, and come on, who doesn't love a dragon that can shoot gold lightning? Why would a channel named Psycho Gold appreciate a golden monstrosity? Three-headed dragon covered in golden scales shooting golden arcs of majestic lightning throughout the world. Why would I enjoy that, I wonder? Anyway, other than that, I really like the look of it. Like, it looked at first like this world was like gonna be like almost post-apocalyptic, like after all the kaiju stroke monsters have come out and you know, had a few disagreements with each other. They've kind of wrecked the planet in the process. Maybe that's gonna happen in the film. Maybe that's like the beginning of the film. I don't know. All I know is I find it really weird that some of this trailer looks like a sequel to the first Godzilla film. It was nice to see Ken Watanabe there, you know, reprising his role from the first film, but it seems like 13 from Stranger Things, and I'm sorry, I don't know the actress's names. I think it's Bobby something. She seems to be the main character, which will annoy me a little bit, because the main character of a Godzilla film should be Godzilla. Now, Godzilla is one of the few franchises where I don't mind the fact that they put in human characters, because without human characters, I think you might struggle to make a Godzilla film that not necessarily the mainstream audience would care about, but like, when you make a Ninja Turtles film or Transformers films, they are characters. They are very human characters. You don't need other humans, like, that aren't CGI or whatever to make that story work. You can easily make films that focus specifically on just the characters that people have paid money to go and see. Godzilla, on the other hand, I can understand why they would want to put a load of humans in, but I kind of like the fact that, like, people like Ken Watanabe's character realize that they're second fiddle. Like, they aren't the important thing here. Like, we need them for exposition to show us what's going on in terms of the quote-unquote story, because, you know, there's a story other than giant monsters kicking the crap out of each other, apparently. But they're not the main focus. They're not why people are there. They're there to see Godzilla. They're there to see Mothra. They're there to see Rodan. They're there to see King freaking Ghidorah. They are there because they want to watch giant monsters kick the crap out of each other. How we get there is an enjoyable ride in and of itself, but ultimately, that is why people who are going to see a Godzilla film want to see a Godzilla film. And the first Godzilla film, I actually really enjoyed it, and I thought most people did, but I've actually seen quite a lot of hate for it online recently. Wasn't entirely sold on the design of Godzilla himself, but man, when that atomic breath scene hit in the cinema, I was cheering along with several other people who were like, finally, the sins of the 98 Godzilla film are washed away. Because, yeah, that was my first exposure to Godzilla, and at the time, I enjoyed it as a monster film, but Godzilla was the bad guy, and it was set in America. That version of Godzilla, I still really like his design, but the film itself, I've since rewatched as an adult, and I'm like, no. Having actually been exposed to what the character is supposed to be from Japan, when I tried to rewatch the American film, I was just like this through the whole film. But I think this one will hopefully be the one that everybody wants. I think this will hit all the nails on the heads. I'm just hoping and praying that we haven't seen, like, between the two trailers, the majority of the scenes of the monsters. Like, there better be lots of monster footage that isn't in these trailers. Like, don't make the mistake that so many films have made. Do not make 13 or, you know, any of the humans. Don't make them the main character. That's not why people are going to see a Godzilla film. And with that said, Rodan and Mothra looked really nice in this trailer. Like, they seem to give a little bit more screen time to Rodan in this one. And I love the shot of him coming over that volcano. I loved seeing him, you know, flying against those jets. Mothra always looks good. Like, this film has just nailed the look for me for Mothra. The effects they use on Mothra's wings, on Mothra's, like, body, like, they make her look shimmery and shiny. And she looks way more, like, majestic, I suppose is the best word for it, or divine almost, than I think perhaps she has any right to. I think whoever come up with her design for this film and the special effects that go with it, those guys, you know, you guys deserve your own little round of applause, because you did a really nice job with Mothra. All the monsters look good in this film, I'm just gonna say it. Ironically, I think Godzilla actually is the odd one out. Like, the others that we've seen look really interesting. And speaking of others, is it just me, or was there like a couple of frames where it looked like we were seeing monsters that weren't the main guys? Like, that weren't Mothra, Rodan, Ghidorah, or Godzilla? Because that's kind of interesting. I'm sure there was a flying creature I saw that seemed to be not Mothra. It might have been Mothra from a different angle, but it really didn't look like Mothra. And there was that shot of something coming out of the ground that looked like it had, like, a much more armored form than Ghidorah or Godzilla or anything that I can think of with a tail off the top of my head. So I'm wondering if there are going to be other monsters, like, not necessarily being focused, but you might see them, or maybe they're gonna get, you know, like, opponents for Rodan and Ghidorah, maybe Mothra as well, I don't know. But, like, it'd be interesting to see if they decide, like, to bring in other monsters and have them be, like, level 1 opponents for these other monsters to set up how powerful they are for people who don't know the history of the monsters. That would be very interesting, like, seeing other kaiju battles. I would be up for that. But it also, unfortunately, might mean that they're going to create more original creatures like they did for the first Godzilla film. And I'm not entirely against that. I don't mind if they want to just make up new kaiju. If all they're there to do is to show off how badass the real kaiju are. I just hope that they can come up with some more interesting designs than the twins that they had in the first film. Like, they were kind of dull, they were kind of boring, but again, I don't think people would have minded those guys in the first film if the first film had also had proper kaiju from the Godzilla universe. And ultimately, all this film is really trying to do is build up a lot of hype for Godzilla so that when the second time that the God vs. King reference will be made, no doubt, when Godzilla takes on King Kong again, and we'll have to see who wins, because that'll be interesting. And yeah, that's a long way away, but I think we all know that that film is gonna make a lot of money. My bet has and always will be on Godzilla. The King Kong is great, but Godzilla, yeah, he's just got a lot more power in him, man. That's just my opinion, but like, I just don't think there's enough lore out there to support the idea that King Kong would actually beat Godzilla, like, to the death. Maybe, you know, he might win a fight where, like, I don't know, they stop before death, but I think if it's a fight to the death, I don't really know how King Kong's gonna fight Godzilla's atomic breath. And it kind of, that's like the end of the argument for me. They might have a big epic fight, but the second Godzilla hits him with the atomic breath, King Kong's face just melts off and that's it. Fatality. He's just a big gorilla at the end of the day. Anyway, that's going to be it from me, guys, and I really enjoyed checking this trailer out, so thank you to all those who recommended it to me. I can't wait for this film. It's definitely reaffirmed it in my mind that this is a film that I have to keep my eye on. Does it have a release date? I don't think it does. Oh, it does, in the US. In the US, it comes out at the end of May. That doesn't help me, because US dates don't necessarily correlate to UK release dates, so I'll have to wait and see if there's a UK release date that I can either go and find, or if they're going to announce. But either way, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, drop some comments down below letting me know what you thought of this trailer, stroke my reaction, and let me know your thoughts on whether or not you're excited. What was your highlight of the trailer? Let me know. If you're new around here, don't forget to click that subscribe button, ring the bell to stay notified, and all that good stuff that YouTube needs you to do these days. But that's going to be it from me. As always, I'm Psycho Gold, and I will see you in my next video. Psycho Gold, out.